This is an amendment to this Photoshop sky replacement tutorial video that I did. So if you've already watched that, this is the one that comes after. If you seem to be watching this first, go ahead and watch the full length tutorial first. This is coming after, but it's just a little bit of information about something that I had left out of the original tutorial. Not that it was something major, but it will answer some questions I think that you may have. So let's get into how to correct the mistake that I made. Again, it wasn't a real big mistake, but a little one, little detail. So this is where we left off. We have our group here with Jackie Sampler Skies and 11 images underneath. The thing is, if you go to close up this group, you'll notice that you can still see all 11 skies, and that's because of the detail that I left out. So these skies, when I imported them, didn't get loaded directly into this group, and that's what I want to tell you how to do. So prior to loading them in, so when I went down to get this little plus icon and then import those 11 images, I should have highlighted this Jackie Sampler Skies group. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to click on it and you'll see that it's imported, or it's activated. So it's got a gray background on it now. So now's when I should have gone in and gone to my plus icon and uploaded all 11. I'm not going to do all 11 just because it'll take a little bit of time. I'm just going to do one. So let's go ahead and click on that. Here are those 11 skies. I'm just simply going to do the first one so you can see how it works. I'm going to hit open. It's going to bring it in, and you'll notice it's slightly indented from the other ones. So it's slightly indented from the edge. This is the one that's inside the group now because I highlighted it. I'm going to close that up so you can see it disappears. I'm going to open it back up. You can see I have a duplicate here of number 1. So let's go ahead and throw away the number 1 that's outside of our group folder. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and drag it down to the trash can. So now I have 1 in my group and the 11 outside of there. And I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this because this could very easily happen to you. All it took was forgetting to do that one click to highlight the folder that you wanted it into. So if you have this happen to you, know that you can click and drag these into any folder that you want. So if I wanted to bring these in, I could bring them in any order that I want. The first one in is going to go to the bottom, and the last one in will be at the top when you look at them visually. So if I wanted to bring mine in all in the correct order, maybe I want my sunsets at the bottom and my daytimes at the top, I would click and drag my sunsets in first. So I could click and drag. And we'll do a few of those. And you can see that they're coming in, they're indented. Let's go ahead and close this group up so it just makes it a little bit easier to drag and drop. I don't have as far to drag them. And it's easier not to get confused. Again, I'm doing my sunsets first. Now I'm going to click on my daylight images. And I've got one more left. Now if I open it, you will see all 11. And because this one was in there already, you can see how it dropped to the bottom. I want to bring it to the top. You can reorder them in any way you want just by dragging and dropping. I'm going to click, I'm going to drag it up to the top. I'm going to drop it, and you'll see now I've dropped it into the number 1 slot. Doesn't have to be there. I just wanted to show you that. So you can rearrange these any way you want by dragging and dropping. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And if you choose to reorder these, you can reorder these. So if I wanted this to be at the very top of the list or the second one down the list, I can do so just by simply clicking, dragging, dropping when it gets to a line. If it gets to a box like this, it means it's going to go into that blue skies folder that's underneath there. I don't want to do that. I want it to be its own. So I'm going to make sure it's just a single line. I drop it and you can see it's the second one in a row. Now, if by chance I wanted to drop it into Jackie's Skies, I could do that by clicking, dragging it up until that box forms around Jackie Sky's group, and I will drop it. And now you can see it's in here, inside here. So I can get another file type system started up so that I know that anytime I want to use my own skies, they're right here. And I can open them and get into them, and they're all subdivided. You can choose that for your own sake. You can decide what works for you, and that's how I've just showed you how to correct the error. Just no matter what folder you want it to go into, when you import an image, just make sure you highlight it prior to hitting that plus sign at the bottom, and you're golden. If you forget to do it, now you know how to bring them in afterwards. Thanks for listening. Sorry about the glitch, but we'll get you going. Enjoy. Bye now.